Hey everyone, happy Saturday to you. I am up on the Monument of the Discoveries in Lisbon, Portugal. I'll have pictures of it on the website because it's actually a really fascinating monument, but for only €3 you get this great view of the city. I'll apologize early for the wind that I'm sure will be an issue while I'm up here, but it's such a great view and so many sights to see, so I can pan effectively and show you all a little bit of this great city. Lisbon. Lisbon's got an interesting, sort of a tragic history. November 1st, 1755, I believe, an earthquake hit just off the coast. And so what was significant about that is, being November 1st, All Saints' Day, it was a holiday. People were in churches. Candles were lit. So the earthquake caused two extra events. One, it caused the tsunami. Two, it caused the burning down of most of the wooden structures in the city. So a lot of this city was destroyed and had to be rebuilt just in the last few hundred years, which means it has some architecture in some ways that could be more similar to what you might see in America. But it's very austere. If you find more of the Manuelian architecture from the pre-earthquake, then you can see like what's behind me here, not behind me, excuse me. But over here, I'll give you a quick view. This is the Igreja Monastery, which is a great example of the Manuelian architecture, and actually where the explorer Vasco da Gama is buried. So I'm going to see that later today. The church itself is free. The monastery is only €7. So the city is very affordable. They're in an economic downturn, sort of like America is right now. But for a tourist, you've got nice weather pretty much year-round. I'm actually in the rainier season, but as you can see behind me, I've got a pretty sky, and it's turned out to be a nice day. Some of the other sites you've got here, this is essentially the April 25th bridge. It was designed by the same person who did the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, so you see those similarities. And you might be able to see off in the distance there, that is Cristo Rei, Christ the King, and sort of like what you'll see in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. It's a statue of a similar nature, so hopefully I'll get to see that a little bit later today as well. Sort of like Spain, Portugal is the fun of Portugal is the nightlife and the culture. They don't do tapas necessarily as their thing here, but they have very affordable dinners. Things like green wine that I had last night, which was incredible. It's sort of a dry wine. They use white wine grapes, but they pluck them when they're young. And then if you serve chilled, it expires quickly. So basically, like last night, I was drinking the 2011 Harvest because it only really lasts for a year. And then seafood in this region is tremendous. You can get these salted fish. I had a salted cod with shrimp, potatoes, and olive oil last night. That was just unbelievable. And then they're known, of course, for the fado music, which is sort of like a folk kind of music. I'm going to try and see tonight. My understanding is the restaurants will be a little more expensive, but you get to experience the music and culture, which makes it really worth it. So anyway, today will be my only day in Lisbon. I'm heading north from here tomorrow. I'll either be in Nazaré or Coimbra. I'm getting some opinions on what makes sense. Portugal's a diverse culture, so you've got a lot of English speakers here, Portuguese, Spanish. But I mean, you can get by with English just fine. If you speak Spanish, then your odds are you can do that well. But anyway, this will be my one day here. It's a beautiful city. I have no problem recommending it. Very affordable. And so definitely check it out when you get the chance. I'll talk to you from northern Portugal tomorrow. Have a great weekend, and as always, go Tigers.